We know it's exactly not a new year right now, but still, since this is the first month, we like to extend the greetings of the new year to everyone who's joined today. Along with us, we
Absolutely.
also have Alicia from the customer success team who will be helping us with the presentation.
Absolutely, Viren. A very happy new year to everyone who has joined us. In our previous episodes, we have covered some crucial topics like how GoComet's carbon emission tracker makes emission calculations a walk in the park. As well as along with this, we have also seen like how features like port congestion and predictive ETA help you to navigate and track shipments even in challenging and unpredictable times. In today's session, we will focus on how GoComet's automated container tracking alerts keep your customers notified through GoComet's intelligent features like consignee notifications, consignee dashboard, along with titling.
Right. Most importantly, today's session is not just for the shippers using the platform, but also for the logistics service providers or anyone who wants to extend their shipment updates with various stakeholders or the customers involved. So, for all the LSPs that have joined us today, you too can use these features to provide timely and automated updates to your customers.
Absolutely. Now, imagine a system that gives visibility and automatically notifies your customers about critical updates around shipments ETA, ETD, and delays, ensuring that they're always in the loop. That sounds exciting, right? So, after today's session, you can provide your customers with the peace of mind that comes with staying informed in real time with notifications and a dashboard.
Yes, that is surely exciting, Pallavi. But before we start, let us first understand what led us to creating these features of the consignee notification and the dashboard. So GoComet's GoTrack module was created to address the issue of having a unified dashboard or a platform for shipments with multiple different carriers. So the initial model of the platform gave a clarity to our customers about the arrival and departure times of their shipments and if there were any delays in it. However, after connecting with them and collecting feedback from our customers, there were a few more challenges that needed to be addressed. Firstly, the challenge was to provide timely updates to the relevant stakeholders about the status of their shipment. Now, as we know, every stakeholder in the supply chain is as important of a key stakeholder as the previous one. Also, the stakeholders need the information to effectively plan their next activities. For example, manufacturers that are expecting the raw materials for production need the shipment arrival information to ensure that the required material is received on time and so that the further production activities are planned accordingly. Now, once these goods are manufactured, the consignees need the information for planning the further distribution for the end consumer. Also, for both of them, shipper as well as the customer, it becomes necessary to know the status so that they can plan the timely pickup from the ports to avoid hefty penalties. Now, since we are on the topic of talking parties to a shipment, let us take a poll on who do you think are the most important stakeholders that need to be kept informed about the status of a shipment. So you have a poll on your screen right now, which says who do you think are the most important stakeholders that need to be kept informed. So we have the internal marketing team that you would might want to keep updated, internal production planning team, the sales team, shipper, customers, consignee, of course, those are there. So we'll give you a moment, take your time, give your feedback as to who do you think are the most important ones. Let's wait a few more moments before we see the results of this poll. Right, and in about a moment, I think we'll have the results. Yes, so the results are in. Okay, so Pallavi, what do you think about these results? We have a varied response over here.
Correct. So as we can see, like it is not just the actual receivers or shippers of the consignment, but any party to the shipment, be it like shippers, various teams like their internal production team or the marketing team or the customers, various teams can be added as consignees to the platform. Now, once they are added, they can be notified by assigning shipments to them. Now, moving ahead, the most common challenges that we saw were lack of information, the constant back and forth that was required to keep the stakeholders informed, and avoiding the hefty penalties. We observed that there is a gap in the information which was created due to a dependency on a team member who was responsible to share the relevant tracking information with the right user at the right time. Now, this leads to the team members not being able to provide undivided attention to the tasks that they are ideally supposed to look after. And as we know, like this could involve dealing with innumerous follow-ups with the consignees, that's consuming a significant amount of time and effort from the team members.
Right. Now, the repercussions of lack of information are a whole different set of problems. The major problem is monetary issues in terms of the D&D penalties. Ideally, the detention and demurrage penalties can be avoided because it's like a business's worst nightmare to have to pay extra just because they didn't have the right information.
Absolutely agreed with that, Viren. And our survey also shows that the total amount of detention and demurrage fees that shipping carriers accumulated in the form of penalties incurred by shippers between April 2020 and March 2023 was estimated to be a whopping $12.9 billion. And along with that, in the top 20 major ports worldwide, demurrage and detention fees increased significantly with an average increase of 104% over for 2 weeks fines between 2020 and 2021.
Right. And talking about the issues, not just the shippers, but also talking from the logistics service providers' point of view. In addition to sharing the tracking updates, they need to share the relevant documentations with the stakeholders as well. Providing and keeping a track of the shipment specific documentation with the required stakeholders can be a huge different task. It is needless to say how important these documentations are, especially when it comes to the international shipments, especially the bill of lading, airway bill documents, packing lists, etc. The delay in availability of these shipping documents have an extreme adverse effect on the entire process.
Correct. Now, another problem that any business could face is poor inventory planning, leading to suboptimal sales and operation planning. Now, this affects inventory management, resulting in either overstock or stockouts, impacting the overall business efficiency.
Right. And like we saw, approximately 34% of businesses have experienced instances where they have accidentally sold a product that was out of stock, which has eventually caused the order shipments to get delayed. Also, businesses' inventory expenses might increase approximately by 11% as a result of both overstocking and understocking. Therefore, it is very necessary to have optimal inventory planning.
Right. And ultimately, we saw that all of these issues led to an adverse cascading effect on the overall satisfaction of the customer. And therefore, it was very important to solve this problem. And hence, a feature to notify the relevant stakeholders was introduced with co-comment.
Right. And the numbers that we saw are some pretty intense numbers. So I would now like to request Alicia and Pallavi to help our audience so how they can overcome this issue with GoComment.
Absolutely. Sure, Viren. So the simplest idea here is to assign the shipments to the relevant stakeholder, take a seat back, and let the platform share the entire details. So to understand the solution part in a much better way for all the challenges that we have just discussed, let us just quickly walk through a demonstration of assigning the shipments to consignees on the platform. The basic prerequisite over here would be to add the consignees to the platform. And for the same, you are required to navigate to the consignee list as it is visible on the screen right now from the user section. Here you can input the necessary details for each consignee, such as their company name, name of the consignee, email of the consignee, their contact information, or any other relevant details. Select the preference as consignee and then click on submit. After you have added consignees in the consignee list, the next step would be to assign consignee to a specific tracking so they can have the visibility of the same. Now, for the same, let's start by adding a shipment under the go track section. Select the relevant team, add the relevant mode, add the container number or the MBL number of the tracking. Select
I
the
think
carrier
we,
from the drop down menu.
Pallavi, I think we just lost you for a moment. If you can repeat the steps for adding the shipment.
Of course, yes. So start by adding a shipment under the Go Track section. Here you can select the relevant team, the relevant mode of the shipment. Then you can add the container number or the MBL number of the tracking which you want to track on the platform. Then select the carrier from the drop down menu. And the next step would be to add the relevant consignee group to the tracking. And once you've added the consignee group, click on submit to submit the tracking information on the platform.
Right. Thank you so much, Pallavi, for repeating that. Now, not just the new shipments, but also you can add a consignee to the existing in-transit trackings that are already present on the platform. So for this, you just have to click on the three dots visible on the extreme right of the shipment on screen, and then click on edit option. Once we click on the edit, the consignee group dropdown is available. Select the relevant consignee and then click on submit. This will assign the existing tracking to the notifying party. So now what happens when we have assigned these shipments to their corresponding notifying parties, you may ask. You can take a backseat as we mentioned earlier and let the platform notify your customers about the status of their ETAs, ETDs, and if there are any delays. So as you can see on screen right now, the notification that is sent to the consignees includes all the important details about the tracking that they're assigned to, such as ETA changes over the last 24 hours, the number of containers that are awaiting either gate out or empty returns, the number of containers that are in transit, and if there are any potential delays. Additionally, an Excel report, which will give more in depth information on the same, is also included in this notification. Now that we have solved the problem of assigning shipments to a consignee, it came to light that over a period of time, one particular consignee will have multiple shipments assigned to them. Keeping a track of all the automated reports from the platform was definitely a feasible solution, but maybe not an optimal one. Therefore, this is where the idea of having a dedicated dashboard for the notifying parties was devised so that they could keep a track of the shipments in a more systematic manner.
Correct. And also, our customers wanted to go an extra mile and provide a more immersive experience to their customers as well as to their internal team by providing them a platform where they could see the status of the specific shipments of their businesses, which was very similar to what our customers were already getting. Now, this is where the consignee dashboard was created.
Right. So instead of talking more, I would request Alicia and Pallavi to show us an example of what kind of platform access do the consignees receive.
Of course, we did. So consignees can log in and view the details of their associated tracking on the platform as it is visible on the screen. The consignee dashboard provides a comprehensive overview displaying information such as the current status of the shipment, which is also indicated by a milestone line, then estimated delivery time, or if there are any relevant updates like possible delays in the shipment arrival. Now, this way, consignees can easily track their shipments in real time and stay informed about any changes that are happening on the same. This dashboard enables the consignees to get the reports with a single click rather than waiting for 24 hours to receive the same via automated email notification. And not only the system generated reports, but consignees also get their own analytics dashboard where they can get an overview of all the shipments that are assigned to them.
Right. And in addition to the dashboard, the users will also get a map view where they can see the live location of their shipment. So I'd request Alicia to open up a shipment where we can see the map view and the table view. Yes. So as you can see on the screen right now, the map view shows the actual vessel location and the movement of it in the last 24 hours. Along with this, you get a detailed view of the milestones with their planned and the actual dates under the table view section. Furthermore, as we mentioned earlier, the platform is not just for the shippers, but also for the LSPs using the platform to share the documentation with the customers. This can be done on the platform. So, like you can see on the screen, you just have to add the documents in the Documents tab while assigning the shipments, and the customers can view the same in their dashboard view, as you can see on the screen right now. So, just to summarize the entire consignee dashboard and notifications, this is how it goes. So, we have individual consignee logins, which enables them to have an immersive dashboard experience with independent shipment tracking visibility, which helps you to achieve the added customer delight.
Thank you so much, Viren, for sharing all those insights. Now, let us have a quick look at how GoComet's GoTrack module with these additional features of notifications and a dashboard has helped our customers so far. For the same, we would like to share the success stories of two of our clients who have been benefited from consignee notifications and dashboard features.
Right. So the first one that we have to share is from a shipper's point of view. So we have a client in the automobile industry who have their operations based out of India as well as the US. They were able to save a significant amount of avoidable expenses in terms of detention and demurrage as they were able to get the visibility on time. And not only their team, but also the customers to whom they have added as consignees on the platform were able to get their consignments clear right on time because and save on the detention and demurrage cost, of course, because of the added visibility. Also, they adopted a complete automation by integrating with the GoComet platform so that they could eliminate the hassle of creating the shipments and assigning them to the consignees. Not only the direct cost, but also the team was able to save a significant amount of time by automated notifications to the consignees, as they did not have to engage a team member specifically to ensure that the notifications are being sent to the right stakeholders at the right time.
Correct. We have the second success story is from an LSP's point of view. So we also have a multi-carrier logistics service provider from USA who has decided to focus on their core operations and has opted for our consignee dashboard feature for the same. Now, since this logistics service provider wanted to concentrate more on their primary activities, they seamlessly integrated all of their customers onto our platform as consignees. And this has not only allowed them to assign the relevant shipments to the consignees, but it has also ensured that all the necessary information is being shared with them in an automated way.
Right. So that's interesting. Now that we've seen the features, the success stories, at this stage, I would suggest we take a poll on understanding to what extent does this seem to solve our audience's problem. So you'll be getting another poll on your screen right now. So you can share your feedback in terms of to what extent do you think the GoCommerce automated notifications are help you going to reduce the time that it's taken to keep your customers updated. So we have three options: significantly shorter time so that it helps a lot, slightly shortened time, or no significant impact using the features. I request everyone to take your time and think on it and share your feedbacks with us. So let's just wait a few more moments so that everyone over here is able to share their feedbacks. All right, another few seconds and then we'll have the responses. Great. So I think the results are in. Let's just wait for the results on the screen. Awesome. So based on the responses received, we can already see that the automated notifications and the dashboard are going to be of great help. And also for a few responses where we've received slightly short in time or no significant impact, we'll definitely try to do better with our solutions and we'll try to get in touch with you to understand your feedback.
Amazing. Now, coming to the next point that we have on our agenda today, which is the white labeling feature. Now, after solving the issues of notifying the customers of the latest updates on their shipments, our customers also wanted to provide a more personalized service to their customers under their own brand name. And developing a new in house platform did not seem like a feasible solution as it was not their primary activity.
Agreed, Pallavi. And when it comes to delivering the best customer experience, putting forth your brand name tops the to-do list. Also, sharing the updates with your customers under your brand name will always create a top of the mind awareness in your customer's mind. Besides, as rightly mentioned by Pallavi, businesses have to focus on their primary activities, and hence the development of an in-house platform is a whole different task. So this is where the white labeling comes into picture. All you need to do is share your business logo with us, and the platform will be rebranded with the same. So here's a quick example of how it would look like. So the platform will have your brand logo integrated into the dashboard graphs as well as on the navigation bar at the top of the page. All in all, this is not just a rebranding activity, but also an opportunity to partner with WooCommerce. So a solution is ready in your name for you. All you need to do is plug in your logo and share it further under your brand name.
That sounds really amazing. Thank you so much, Viren, for sharing those insights with us. And with that, we are already at the end of our session today. So let us have a quick recap of how GoComics Consignee dashboard and notifications, along with white labeling, can help you.
Yes. So the first thing that we saw, the added visibility to all the relevant stakeholders will enable much better sales and operations planning, thus ensuring better inventory management.
Correct. Next would be the timely alerts and information help you to minimize or eliminate the unnecessary penalties such as detention and demurrage.
Right. Then we saw the consignee dashboard, which simplifies the sharing of documentation with the consignees, providing them the easy access to essential information.
Correct. And ultimately, all these features contribute to achieving the final goal of building a satisfied and a happier customer base. We will now open the floor for your questions and we will try to answer most of them.
Yes. So let's go to the most interesting part, which is the questions and answers. So the Q&A is open for you all to post your questions. All right. So I think we already have a few questions. So I'll start with the first one. So I can see we already have the Go Track module. Does white labeling come with an extra cost? Yes. So white labeling and the consignee dashboard are add-on to the Go Track module. So once you have the Go Track basic module, we just have to add the add-ons. So for the commercials and for everyone who is keen to get the commercials on it, you can drop a message to us and we'll get back with you with the commercials for you.
Um, I think the next question that we have over here is visibility of which steps is shown to the consignee. So basically, as demonstrated in the walkthrough, consignees are assigned while adding the shipment or the tracking on the GoTrack platform, right? So this enables the consignees to have the visibility of the shipment right from the first milestone, which is gate in, to the last step of the shipment, which is gate out, along with crucial updates like any possible delays that are happening in the shipment. And not just the platform visibility, the consignees will also receive an email notification with all these updates on their registered email ID.
Right. Thanks, Valerie, for explaining that one. So there's one more question which says, how does the system know about the potential delays? Is it connected to carriers? Given that I'm afraid for wanting to provide GoCommerce services to my customers. So basically, yes, we have our integrations with the carriers. Also, we get the AIS data, basically the actual location of the vessel, which helps us along with machine learning and different algorithms that we have in place. It helps us to detect if there could be any delays in terms of reaching to the final port, because we also process and take into consideration the port congestion data, the port dwell data, and all of that. So yes, that is how a potential delay can be calculated on the platform. So I think yes, this will definitely help you serve the customer better. Right? I think we have one more question which says how to book a depot for GoTrack. It is as simple as just dropping an email to support@gocomet.com. We'll get back to you as soon as possible for that.
We also have another question which says, does GoTrack module track by container numbers or vessel name? So basically, to answer this question, we track by container numbers, we track by MBL numbers, we track by booking numbers on GoTrack platform. And once you enter your container number or your MBL number onto the platform, the relevant information regarding to that shipment is available on the platform. And from the same, if your carrier has updated the name of the vessels on the carrier line website, even that will be visible on the platform. So for the tracking part, you can do it with the help of container numbers or your MBL numbers.
Right. So there was a question which I think has popped up multiple times. So you have the contact details in front of you right now. So you can reach out to us at support@gocomet.com. So I'll take the next question, which is how can I add my consignee shipments into the system and show the live location? Tracking is done based on the vessel or for MBL or containers. Yes. So the primary information comes from the carriers or the shipping lines, which provide us the details based on the container numbers or MBL as it is added into the platform. So yes, with MBL we get much profound information, but yes, we can get the trackings from both MBL as well as container. And like we has just seen, the adding of shipments, adding of consignees on the platform is a very simple task. We just have to create their accounts on the platform, and they will receive the notifications from the platform itself. I hope that does answer your question. Okay. I think we have one more question, which is how about if shipping line never updates the vessel, which I think can be clubbed with another question, which says information from the shipping line might not be up to date at times. So the primary source of information for GoCount becomes obviously the carrier's database, but also since we have some features like the smart tracking and vessel tracking as well, so we'll at least have an idea of where the actual vessel is. That is where the other features like geofence also come into picture. So even if at times when there is no update from the carriers, we still have some kind of visibility. So I think that gives a slight overedge with the data that we already have.
We have another question which says, are the trackings shared just on the platform or do we get any daily reports? So yes, you do get daily reports on your registered email ID along with the tracking, like about the trackings that are uploaded on the platform. So you do get daily detailed tracking reports on your email IDs.
Yes. So there's another question which I think is from LSP point of view, which is can you assist in selling? So yes, definitely. Since the product is meant for the end customers and to extend the visibility, GoComet will assist you in selling or pitching the features of the product to your customers. So yes, at any point, wherever assistance is required, we'll be definitely there to help you. Okay, we have a question if GoTrack supports air, ocean, courier, or road trackings. So yes, we have full-fledged support for air, ocean, and courier. And for road, we also have some development that is going on, and we hope to reveal that soon, very soon to all of you guys.
Another question is, can we, okay, I think we have already took that. Can we consign it as well to our customers? Yes, we can. Uh, Another question that we have is, can we change the domain also with logo rebranding? So no, currently we do not provide domain with logo rebranding. However, if in future, if we decide to come with this additional option in white labeling, we will surely let you know.
Right. We have a question which says if we can sell the consignee dashboard to our customers, definitely yes. That is the exact proposition of the product. It is meant for extending the visibility to your customers. Also, there are a few questions which we do not have an email ID for, which are from anonymous, as we can see. We'd request you to share your email IDs with us because the questions require a brief explanation to that, which we can provide to you over the email. So just to give a brief, the question is around integrations from other ERPs and if that can be done. So yes, GoComet has the infrastructure ready for you to integrate the systems that you use, which are the ERP systems, and that can be handled with GoComet. I think there's an interesting question for RoRo shipments. Are we able to have shipment status for RoRo as well? So the way we track RoRo is using smart trackings where we're able to track the vessels for these RoRo shipments. So some kind of visibility, yes, definitely can be provided for RoRo. We'd request you to drop in a message as so that we can get back to you with the proper details of RoRo trackings. Right. So there's one more question. I'm so happy with the questions right now. How do you track I have to track ISO tanks and NVOCCs. So some NVOCCs they definitely have their own database from where we can integrate and get the required information. And wherever there's the absence of a source of information or a database, we definitely try to provide the visibility with the vessel tracking part. So yes, ISO and NVOCCs also with the help of vessel tracking can be done. I think we'll take one last question before we wrap this up. And for the rest of the questions, be rest assured we'll get back. So last question is, will my customers receive Excel reports as well as, Excel reports as well in regards to the shipment status? If yes, what would be the frequency? So the frequency normally is everyone would like to have the visibility once every 24 hours. But in case if this is to be increased, that also can be discussed as in when we go ahead with the deployment. But yes, 24 hours once is definitely the fixed frequency that we have. Okay, so we have more questions coming in. Let's take these two last. And rest, of course, you can drop in your questions, no restrictions. We'll definitely get back. So, do we have a GoComet app that shares notifications or WhatsApp notifications? WhatsApp notifications, yes, available to certain extent. We can share those details with you. If you can just drop in your email ID for the WhatsApp notifications part. And GoComet app also has the mobile tracking updates. So, yes, that can be done. Right. I think. Yes, so there's one more interesting question which says, along with the consignees, can we add the customs broker in the tracking module? Yes, basically, the platform enables you to extend the visibility to any party that you want to extend the visibility to. So you just have to add the customs broker ID in the consignee part and assign the shipment to that customs broker. Basically, consignee is nothing but your notifying party. You just have to add the person or the company, and we can simply share the trackings with them. With that, with the rest of the questions, we'll get back to you over the email since we just have to wrap this up. And yes, we'd like to thank each one of you at this point so that this was a complete great experience. And we hope the session has been really helpful to all of you. Before we close the session, a quick glimpse on what we're planning next. We have a workshop or webinar planned with the detention and demurrage calculations, a dedicated webinar for the freight forwarders, how they can serve the customers better, and one more where with minimal intervention, how can we get the maximum insights?
Correct. So if you're interested to know more about the consignee dashboard and notifications feature, please feel free to reach out to our customer support team at support@gocomet.com, or else you can just simply scan the QR code which can be seen on your screens right now and get in touch with us. Thank you so much once again, everyone, for joining. Have a great day, and we hope to see you soon in our next webinars.
Thank you so much, guys.